Well, Hollywood was up very early this morning, eagerly awaiting the 2020 Oscar nominations.
Yeah, so what are the big stories of today? Who was snubbed? Which films broke records? And what were the big surprises? Well, IMDb's special correspondent and our good friend Dave Karger is here to break it all down. Welcome back. Good to see you. It's been a minute.
I know. I'm happy to see you both.
And we're happy to see you.
On a busy day, too.
Oh, okay. I know you've been up for a long time.
I have, but that's okay.
So let's talk about what many people are saying the biggest winner of the nominations, and that's the Joker.
Yeah. If you had said to me what movies are going to get the most nominations, I would have said The Irishman, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and 1917.
Yeah. So you didn't see this coming?
I knew that The Joker would do well. I keep saying The Joker.
Yeah, Joker. Yeah.
I knew that Joker would do well, but I didn't think it was going to get the most nominations, and it got 11. Those other three movies I mentioned got 10. So it was very close between those. But Joker is the movie that everyone's talking about right now because it got not just Best Picture and Joaquin Phoenix, but Best Director and Screenplay and Editing and all these other important craft kind of nominations that are imperative if you want to have a shot at winning Best Picture, which, by the way, Joker does now.
Well, what's the biggest competition for Joker?
I think the movies that have the best shot to win Best Picture are probably Joker, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and 1917, and I would say The Irishman right below those.
Yeah, okay.
But if I had to guess right now what wins, I'm going to say Quentin Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That was a good movie. I really did enjoy that.
It's about L.A. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt play people in showbiz. The Academy likes that.
They were so perfect.
And it's a great movie.
Too. Yeah. So you mentioned that Joaquin is also nominated for Best Actor. Who else should we note in that category?
Well, Adam Driver was nominated for Marriage Story. He seemed like an early frontrunner, but Joaquin has just basically obliterated everybody. I was really happy to see Antonio Banderas get in there for Pain and Glory, a Spanish language film that I love. And then rounding out the category, Leo DiCaprio, as I mentioned, and then Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes, who plays Pope Francis. But that meant, unfortunately, that Taron Egerton, who played Elton John in Rocket Man and got every other major nomination leading up to the Oscars and even won a Golden Globe for his performance, was not nominated. That was a bit of a bummer because he's a great guy and really campaigned hard and charmed a lot of people, and you know he came this close. So that was a bit disappointing.
What's going on when it comes to women directors? After the Golden Globes got it wrong, a lot of people would say, with no women nominated in that category, the Oscars does the same thing. What's happening?
Well, I think some people were really hoping that Greta Gerwig would get nominated for Best Director for Little Women, and the movie was nominated for Best Picture, but there's 9 Best Picture nominees and only 5 slots for Best Director, so inevitably 4 people are going to be left out. She was one of them. I would have liked to have seen her in there. I also love the movie The Farewell, which was directed by a great filmmaker named Lulu Wang. She would have been a great nominee as well.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, wasn't
Marielle Heller was the director of that movie, and that would have been nice to see. I think the movies that they put in Best Director are these kind of larger scale films, like Quentin Tarantino's movie or Martin Scorsese's movie or Sam Mendes, who directed 1917. They're bigger in scope than these more personal movies that the female directors seem to be.
But it doesn't seem like, but personal movies have won before.
I'm with you.
It doesn't make sense.
And so this doesn't make sense either that Cynthia Erivo is the only non-white actor nominated in any of the acting categories.
Yeah, there were 5 non-white acting nominees last year and only 1 this year. That's better than the British Academy Awards last week, which had 0.
Oh my God.
But
she could make history here too, because she could be an EGOT winner then.
If Cynthia Erivo wins an Oscar, she will complete the EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, and she would be the youngest person to do so. It's not going to happen with a Best Actress win because Renee Zellweger is going to win. But Cynthia Erivo,
I know.
But Cynthia Erivo is also nominated for songwriting at the Oscars. She co-wrote Stand Up, which is the song that she sings over the end credits of Harriet. And it's between her and Elton John and Bernie Taupin for the win, I think, in that category. So either way, it'll be exciting when that envelope is opened.
And Scarlett for Best Supporting?
So Scarlett Johansson made history today because she got 2 nominations for Lead Actress for Marriage Story and Supporting Actress for Jojo Rabbit, only the 11th time that an actor or actress has received nominations for 2 different performances in the same year. And it's been over a decade since it's happened. Kate Blanchett did it the last time. But Julianne Moore has done it, Jamie Foxx, Al Pacino, Jessica Lange, Sigourney Weaver. There's a great history of people that have accomplished that. And here's Scarlett Johansson, never nominated for an Oscar before for Lost in Translation or anything, and now she has 2.
Wait,
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And quickly, Best Supporting Actor. What's going on in that category?
That was kind of the predictable category, it's these 5 Oscar winners. So Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, Anthony Hopkins, and Tom Hanks, who have all won acting Oscars, and Brad Pitt, who's won an Oscar for producing 12 Years a Slave. But I think he's going to win his first acting Oscar because he's so great.
You think Joe Pesci will come to the award ceremony?
I do. I think when you get nominated for an Oscar, you got
have to show
And I
up.
think it's
Not
been
everybody has, though.
almost 30 years, I think, since Joe Pesci's been nominated for an Oscar. And by the way, Tom Hanks today, his first nomination in 19 years.
That's not possible.
Not, 'cause when you think of Sully and Captain Phillips, all these great performances,
Right.
he hasn't been nominated.
Yeah.
at all.
Crazy.
Wow.
Oh, I love it when you're here.
Yeah, me
Good
too.
stuff. All right,
I'm
well,
even more
be
excited.
sure to follow Dave on social media for even more scoop and tune into the Oscars on February 9th. Thank you so much.